Chris, in the wake of last year's presidential election, more than a dozen states passed restrictive voting laws, but Louisiana did not.
That's the topic of this week's commentary by Eyewitness News political analyst and Gambit columnist Clancy.
The right to vote is sacred. Any law that restricts that right unreasonably should be viewed with suspicion. Thankfully, Louisiana lawmakers did not follow the lead of some other states by making it harder for eligible citizens to vote. In fact, some of our new laws expand voting rights. One adds 4 days to the early voting period for presidential elections. Another gives voters more time in the voting booth when the ballot is long. Yet another makes it easier for convicted felons to vote after serving their sentences. Governor John Bel Edwards vetoed several other voting bills that he considers unnecessary or unconstitutional. But on balance, it's refreshing to see our lawmakers not putting up barriers to citizens' most sacred right.
This has been an expression of opinion by Clancy. Email your thoughts to commentary@wwltv.com.